Hey there, you, me, and DC fans, and welcome if you are new. I am the stepson of Krypton.
I'm Mantis.
And today, guys, we apologize to our viewers for the last video that we had released, non-comic book related, about the Wonder Woman sequel. We have come into some more news, guys, and we wanted to discuss it with you because we were not trying to mislead anybody. Mantis, are you ready to get on into it?
I'm ready.
All right. Don't want to waste any time, guys, because we got a little bit to cover here, so let's get into it. All right, guys. So, for those of you that are fans of the channel, you know, obviously with the KO event and everything going on in the Absolute Universe, we've been releasing a lot of comic book videos. However, the last regular Mantis and I talking video we had released was talking about the Paradise Lost, the prequel to the Wonder Woman TV series that was set to come out. We'd gotten reports that it was canceled. And we finally got the name of the insider who said it was canceled. John Rocha, I think I'm saying that right. If not, deal with it because you know how we are about pronouncing names. Had come out and said that yes, the series is canceled. It is dead. There is no hope for it. They're not waiting on a script. It is dead. However, Mantis, we got some other news to the contrary here after that video. Of course, we recorded it a couple weeks ago, but we've had so many videos it just released here maybe in the last week and a half. The other news that we got, though, kind of contradicts that, and it comes from the man himself. Do you want to kind of cover that?
Yeah, after an online rumor suggested that the upcoming TV show, the animated show, the prequel series, which was Paradise Lost, apparently Paradise Found now, because James Gunn goes on Threads social media and answers a poster's question to him, and the question was, is it true that Paradise Lost is shelved? To which he responded, definitely not. I go on Threads for the first time in weeks, and it's just one insanely wrong thing after the other. What is going on? I mean, obviously it's funny. Everyone knows how social media is. Everything, not everything. We'll just say 90% of the stuff on social media is bullshit. So it's not surprising that what we got from John was bullshit too. But you have two people here. John's an insider, whatever that means. He gets fed information from certain people in Hollywood because he knows people. Could be on the Epstein list. Hey, don't come after us. Just saying it's possible. But they get information and they give it to the public, and he's got an insider as well who then told him that it was shelved. But James Gunn is just he's saying it's not. So there's these two competing narratives here. And I know you had mentioned that with the Warner Brothers Netflix deal isn't in, like it's not signed yet, it's not been approved. Regardless, James Gunn's still not budging on that this prequel series is still gonna, it's still happening. But who knows?
But yes, Mantis is right because we do our best to say at the beginning of the videos that hey, we are referencing an article, right? So take that with a fucking pound of salt these days, the way things go on. Because in this article that we are talking about here, now, to be fair, we do have the post that James Gunn where he answered back and said it is definitely not shelved from Threads. But in this our other article, it is saying that it is still canceled, and it still references the insider, John, whatever, and references James Gunn's thread that says it is not canceled. So again, when we released our previous video, we didn't have James Gunn's side of it. We only had the one. So that was where, okay, it's done. Now, to be fair, probably pissed a lot of you off. Kind of funny if you take yourself out of the situation. We didn't do a whole lot in that video. We literally just said it's been canceled, and we let it go because we didn't have any more details. And as you clearly see, didn't fucking matter if we did because they probably weren't true because at this point we don't know what the fuck's true. I gotta believe it's done right now, but it is.
Yeah, it's all
that doesn't hold up in court. Okay.
yeah. So, but there is some extra news into that same article in the fact that there's been a big push from DC fans online, social media posts, AI generated artwork for the live action Wonder Woman casting. You know, these things tend. This happens. We did actually several videos on stuff like this of the social media wants so and so to be Booster Gold, or they want the so and so to be Lobo, this and that, right? Like we've done a couple of videos just like this. So again, this is all hearsay. Take it with a grain of salt. But there has been this recent push with AI post, and part of their movement or their momentum, I should say, kind of does stem from James Gunn himself in this. You know, the actress Adria Arjona is Puerto Rican. She's 33 years old. This is the actress. Yeah, she's very attractive. Even if the pictures that they're showing in this article is her in the Wonder Woman outfit, probably AI generated, it's fine. She looks the part.
The other picture I'll have up there is actually her, and she's hot.
Is she, okay, yeah. I wouldn't think AI had to do too much work with that. So yeah, she looks the part, and kind of, you know, James Gunn spoke on this a little bit via, I don't think this was actually an interview that he did follow about him following Adria on Instagram. And he said, he follows Adria on Instagram, but everyone came out and thought that he just followed her, and that means she's Wonder Woman, meaning is he had just recently followed her, and oh, that's a cue that he's picked her, and that's the sign that everyone's reading into. Don't read the tea leaves on that. But, you know, however, he does say that she'd be a great Wonder Woman. And it's not the first time he's worked with her in a film. In fact, I think he references or she references that he gave her her first role in a movie, The Belko Experiment, that James Gunn directed. So,
Well, I think it's interesting because, you know, as you say there, one, James Gunn, we know he loves working with actors and actresses that he's worked previously, which is why you see a lot of Guardians of the Galaxy characters come over and things like that, and
mhm.
with want Chris Pratt and all these other uh different people as well. And then two, it is that we know when originally we hadn't gotten the full cast for the Superman, the 2025 Superman movie, that he started following like Rachel Brosnahan and them when before they were actually announced as the cast, right? So he's kind of set that precedence. And I think that's what a lot of
True.
people are going off of that are writing this or saying this is because he kind of did the same thing there. So now they're like, oh, hey, she looks the part, she's smoking hot. He started following her. He's worked with her before. It's like everything is adding up that she will be good old Diana of Themyscira here. So I don't know. It'd be interesting to see if this is his Wonder Woman. And he's also saying that the Paradise Lost isn't shelved because it's supposed to be a prequel to, you know, kind of introduce you to the Amazons, not necessarily Diana. How those two will tie
Mhm.
in together, is it really canceled? Is she definitely like who knows? We got a lot of questions right now, and we have zero answers.
Yeah, only lots of speculation,
Yeah,
which is good for videos. So,
it is. It is very good for videos. However, it can make us look like clickbaity assholes because we did this video because this is the last news. You got to figure we haven't had an update on Paradise Lost in like a year, and then we hear, oh, it's been scrapped, which we know. Not only has there been a pruning of projects that were greenlit or supposedly greenlit in the DCU. Now, to be fair, James Gunn also has come out and said that it's not technically greenlit until there's a script. He's real big on that stance of you got to have a script. Uh, but we knew there was like the Booster Gold project, Paradise Lost here, and all of this that hadn't gotten a script yet. They kind of got put on back burner, and other projects kind of took precedence. And he's also done, if you've seen our James Gunn Can't Keep It Up video, that he was taking on too much. Giggity. So some things were getting shelved, some things were getting scrapped, some things were getting pushed back. So I don't know, like if this isn't getting scrapped, you're not giving us a lot of hope right now because right now it seems like we're out to what 2027 right now with Superman
mhm.
Mana tomorrow. So are we going to get Paradise Lost what in 2028? I mean, I'm gonna be watching like the second season from my nursing home.
That's supposedly when the Brave and the Bold is too. Like it got pushed way back because James Gunn is he said he wants the the Matt Reeves Batman to be done before he starts Brave and the Bold. He doesn't want simultaneous Batmans. So I I which is disappointing for me, but then again, I do enjoy the Matt Reeves Batman too. So either one, it depends on his direction he's going with the DCU, and this is why I would not want to be a writer on his team. And maybe this is how it works for all studios, like the MCU. I don't know. Maybe they rule with an iron fist and they say this is the way it's going to be. But the way he seems to work it is he gives these different project directors and writers kind of a vague direction he wants the overarching story to go. They write their stuff. Well, what if like they're finished writing or almost done and he's like, actually, we're going to change this in the Superman 2 movie or Supergirl and we're going to go this way with it now. So all that shit you wrote, yeah, you're going to have to change all that because that's not going to work now.
Fuck baby, didn't put a chicken in, make her gay.
Like that would just piss me off.
Yeah, I mean, you lose the creative passion when you do that, right? Because you're like, fuck, I put a lot of work into this and now it's got to be scrapped versus why didn't you have an overall vision and then we branch off from there, but everything still stemmed from that overall vision.
Seems like a little hits too close to home.
Yeah, I deal with that on my
Sure.
day-to-day basis, and it fucking sucks, right? My boss, if James Gunn does that, he's like my boss, except she's a chick, and you know how they can be. She's not a fan of the channel, so I could say that. It's not getting back to me because I actually don't give a fuck. But it does it because I mean, you do lose that, right? Is why can't you have a cohesive story and now it can branch to here and you give the like we can't do this, we can't do this, we can't do this because it'll fuck with the main storyline. But other than that, you have carte blanche. You have Kate Blanchett, if you will.
What? I thought we had Kate Blanchett.
Kate Blanchett.
Yeah, I thought we had Kate Blanchett with the budget.
You mean carte blanche?
That one.
You can go do whatever you want with it. Those of you, I'll have to cut in, but you'll get it if you can.
Yeah.
But like that would be what I would want, the direction. Right now, you're saying, well, it's not shelved, but we have no updates to it. It isn't a good sign, right? That it makes me think that you've got maybe a team that's working real hard on it. You're getting a lot of people's hopes up, and then you're like, fuck it, we got to scrap it.
Here's the thing, too. It's animated. Like, this is voice acting. You don't need sets. I don't understand the problem here. Especially, like, again, DC, while its movies haven't been fantastic, its animation has always been great. So, I don't know. That part just blows me away why it's just taken so long to get it off the ground. For no news, like nothing. Like you said, there's just no news on it. It's weird.
Yeah, I don't. That's what's make me think that it's probably not heading to down a good path, right? And then you're thinking and you're kind of giving people hope that hey, we found our Wonder Woman. Well, okay, you found your Wonder Woman again. There's not even a Wonder Woman movie slated, right? So what does that give hope to the Paradise Lost, especially an animated? Which I don't know. For me, I'd rather seen a Paradise Lost than Creature Commandos. Maybe that's just me. But I feel like I know plenty about Themyscira, the Amazons, and all of that, right, and how that plays into. But for the average person, I think they could have used that information more than just kind of having a monstery creep show TV show that was a little kind of you tried to make it like an animated Peacemaker where you going a little too far on things. And I don't feel like we got a whole lot of information other than we got to see Clayface in there for a few seconds.
Like I agree. I would have much rather had Paradise Lost. If from what I saw from Creature Commandos, I kind of agree. I agree with you there because it feels like it's worthless now, doesn't it?
Yeah,
like Creature Commando just feels pointless.
Well, because the other thing is, it's so far in what we've had, and basically what we've seen, unless it happens to come up in Supergirl or the Superman movie, we haven't seen the monsters come into that we saw in Creature Commandos. So what was the point? The only thing we've seen is a Rick Flag Senior come out of Creature Commandos into the current. So like, why we could have used more information. The average person could have used more information on the Amazons and Themyscira and Diana's backstory and how she comes to be, right?
Mm-hmm.
Without having to try to include that in a movie and then drag it down. But
yeah,
what the fuck do I know, man?
we're just a lonely old YouTube channel.
And if you're watching that YouTube channel right now, you may as well go ahead and give the video a like. We're showing right down there. Subscribe to said lonely old YouTube channel. Have the bell notifications clicked because you will get alerted every time we put out a news article video and then have to do a retraction on it because 2 weeks later we get completely opposite news, as well as everything that we are doing in the KO events getting ready to wrap up. But you know the comics, there's going to be another one. All right. Like he suggested this idea. I didn't think we were going to be 42 comics deep into the KO event, given that we're already covering 6 episodes monthly, what's happening in the Absolute universe. So thank you very much, Mantis.
Look, it's been awesome. It's just a lot.
It's been awesome, but yeah, it's been a lot of videos. That's why we've been putting out like damn near one a day, because there's too much going on, and we have to keep them relevant, because I don't want to bring out a comic book video to you 2 months after it released. What is the point? But we do that for you, and all we ask is that you like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave some comments down there. And guys, I get it. Some of the things we say might not be your cup of tea. You can respond without being a total douche. Right? Just saying. Now, we've had a lot of great comments here lately, so I'm not saying anybody who's been commenting lately is. I'm just letting you know for future reference. Right? So, Mantis, do you have anything else before we go ahead and wrap this video up?
No, like you mentioned, just keep an eye out. The next couple weeks, we'll be wrapping up DCKO event with DCKO 5. It's going to be awesome. There's going to be this climb. It's going to be great. So make sure you tune in for that. And
he was about to say there's going to be a climax.
There's a climax.
Giggity.
Hopefully it's
thunderous
and
climaxing all
yeah.
So
lava based,
right? So be on the lookout for that, and be on the lookout for our next video, where it'll probably be in a week or two, where we tell you that it is canceled again, right? Canceled again. That's probably going to happen. All right. So, and God only knows what else is going to. So have the bell notifications clicked. You will get alerted when those videos release, guys. And to keep this shorter than your average Netflix TV show, that is going to do it for us on this episode of You, Me, and DC. Until next time, guys, we'll see you then.
Later.
Oh, man.